Rob, do you remember when we were back in Milwaukee? We were in the Dead Alewives, and for some reason, our culture was based around humping each other. All the guys in the improv troupe, and we would all mime sodomy with each other.
Yeah, it was new. No one else was doing it. It's cutting edge.
And at one point, Rob was at my parents' house in the suburbs of Milwaukee, and we were so accustomed to doing this thing, and like my dad is a nice guy and liked Rob, and sitting at a counter bordering the living room and the kitchen, and I was in the kitchen, and Rob, you know what a butcher block is, that the thing? Like
that's a butcher
block. The
island,
yeah. The kitchen island.
Yeah.
Rob bent me over the kitchen island.
I'm listening.
And started miming, making love to me.
Making love. I had an opening and I had to go for it.
Because you knew his dad would get it.
Yeah.
You're like,
I'm only getting one chance to do this.
And he pulled my hair and lifted my head and said, "Look at your father." Look at your father while I fuck you in the ass. And my dad was like eating pistachios on a paper towel by the phone, by the landline, and was like, what? Like, I remember my dad was like, he thought it was funny, but he was so confused as to when did this become okay? Am I supposed to do something? They're 20.
I never really realized till now, like, how lucky I was that you never did that. You had every right to do that to me.
Right tonight, right now.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, believe me, no, I've been a really good host.
Yeah. You had every right to do that, you know, in between then and now.
You know, I owe you
never
one.
did. And it wouldn't. Oh man.
Because I respect your family.
Yeah.
Do you get along with your parents?
my dad would never forget that. Like, I feel like our relationship would have been different from then on. Yeah, I get along with my parents now. Well, I always got along with my parents because I tried just to get along. But lately, a couple of years ago, I was like, no, I'm going to consciously, like, it's me. I know it's not them. Like, I'm the one that has a problem with this. They're my parents, and I'm not going to change them. And why would I want to change them? And so then I just made a conscious effort to try and get along. Well, mostly my mother, because I was like kind of a mama's boy growing up. So, and my mom and I have a great relationship. Thank you. My dad was just in town last night. We went to a silent auction. It was fucking great.
Papa Cordry?
Bid on Papa Cordry and Nate, my brother Nate Cordry. Yeah. The three of us, all the male Cordrys, we bid on a lot of shit.
At a silent auction?
Oh, no, it wasn't silent. It was an auction.
It was loud.
Listen, there's still time to bid. Go to... the point of the story is that I just saw my dad last night. And it was fun.
Do they live back in Boston?
They live in... Well, everybody that's retired in Boston moves to Florida.
My parents...
retires in Florida, yeah.
Wisconsin.
Yeah, so they live in the Villages. Do you know about the Villages? My father and his wife live in the Villages, which is the largest retirement community in the world.
Oh.
And apparently you can see it from the moon. It's like the Great Wall of China and the Villages.
At 5:30 in the morning when they all go to breakfast, you can see the people.
Yeah.
It's like a line of ants.
Yeah. It's fucking crazy. It's the largest recorded HPV outbreak happened there. Because You know, do you remember that movie with Matt Dillon's first movie? What was that like with the teenagers? It was about a
Flamingo Kid, Drugstore Cowboy.
Oh, come on, man.
The Bodyguard.
Nope. It was.
I know what
you know what I'm talking about.
Wait, if I forgot the name.
What's it called?
The Outsiders.
No,
before that.
Rumblefish.
No.
Nope.
No. Cheap Trick did the soundtrack.
Cheap Trick. It's called Cheap Trick.
No. That was just the soundtrack.
It was but anyway, it was a movie about planned communities.
Kids taking over.
Yeah, and that for the first time, and this happened in the 70s, like communities, there were planned communities, 60s and 70s, and for the first time ever, there was a dense population of teenagers. And when teenagers
over the
edge,
Wild in
the streets.
they get together and they commit. No, bottom of the streets.
Over the Edge.
What?
Wild in the Streets? Is that the right movie?
Terminator 2.
The movie's called Over the Edge.
It's called Matt Dillon's first movie. And they when a concentrated
as Kevin Edge.
when a concentrated group of teens get together, they commit crimes.
Right.
Like they just go crazy.
Well, like when in our neighborhood, we just throw rocks at cars. Look
all
back
they
at that
did,
and go,
yeah.
what the hell were we
They
doing?
take acid because that was a new thing, and they throw rocks at cars. But they, this is all to say, this is
It's a fun movie.
what's the name of it?
Over the Edge.
It is. It might be over there with Christy McNichol.
I don't know if she's in it.
I think Christy McNichol might be in it too. But when you get
They chain like all of, like the parents and the adults inside the high school, and then they
No.
Oh, jeez. That's like a direct-to-video kickboxing
I don't
movie.
even know if I'm gonna tell the end of this story because it was great before I belabored the whole fucking thing. Anyway, they got for the first time this amount of old people together in this concentrated a population, and all they do is fuck. Because old people fuck and teenagers do crimes. That's my point. That's my stance.
But do old people, do they do it extramaritally?
Yeah, I think so. I think they're all swingers. I think they all, there's an orgy club or something.
Well, I don't think the Schrab. That's why the Schrabs aren't moving to Florida.
You guys have been married. All these people, they're on their second marriages. They go at 5:00. They go to the town village. They go to the town square. The fuck
dome.
The fuck dome.
2 men enter.
Yeah.
3 men leave.
And they.
We'll figure it out. That's the motto of the fuck dome.
And they tailgate. They tailgate at the town square. And they dance. All the women line dance. In their golf carts. They all have golf carts. And they get fucked up and then they have sex. And they give each other HPV. Which is a serious thing. HPV. Jaws. Right.
Well, it sounded like your dad is at a second marriage because you said your dad and his wife. You didn't say my mom. Is it...
Yeah. No, my parents split up when I was 25 because my mother came out of the closet. Yeah, yup.
She came out of the closet and caught your dad cheating on her. It was a literal closet.
I'm sorry.
back
Yeah,
then.
she had her office in the closet. She had a little desk in there, and a little computer, and that's where she did her busy work. She came out of the closet in 1995, and they split up soon after that, obviously.
And now is your mom?
Oh yeah, she's with the same woman she was with. She basically split up with my dad for.
Right.
It's great.
Did they get married?
They got married. They got married 3 or 4 times.
You get along.
If you're gay in the Northeast, like you go to every state that legalizes it, you're like, I'm gonna get married here and here. You get married everywhere. It's great.
And so you've got I'm sure you just refer to her by her first name, but like, how do you think? Is this like Auntie
Spence? Her name is Spence.
What?
But that's her last name.
That's crazy.
That's her last name too. Her name's Deb, and but everybody calls her by her last name. She's from West Roxbury. She's a Boston townie. Yup. 2132.
Man, I want a lesbian mom.
You want a lesbian mom?
Yeah.
It is pretty cool, man. I get a lot of cred.
That would be amazing.
I got a lot of cred for that.
Yeah, yeah. That would be a great way out of a lot of
I
conversations.
worked through
my
a
mom's
lot
a
of
lesbian.
shit. I worked. Oh, it was so hard for me.
Yeah, you could drop any. You could take that to any direction you wanted. You're like, look, my mom's a lesbian.
Got
So
a
here's the
lesbian
deal.
Mom. Fuck you.
You could bend that to any. Everyone would be like, all right, fine.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So wait, I had one. There was something on the tip of my brain. Because you're. Oh, I was. Well, I wanted to take a poll because I'm so curious. So. Let's just assume the median age in here is like 25, 26.
Yeah,
27.
let's do that.
So, applaud if your. How do I pull this data simply? Applaud if your parents are on
Gay as
their
fuck.
first marriage. Okay, so now applaud if that's not the case. If your parents are okay, still sounds like a minority. I don't know. You hear these figures like 70%, 80% divorce rate.
There's a lot of people that didn't clap at all. What happened?
Yeah.
Oh, they're just sleepy.
There's another category.
What's the other category?
What's the other category?
Those are people who were born in life pods under the earth.
Oh, so but
They
the
have no
trees are in
parents.
the
The
audience.
trees are their parents, and they're
Okay.
here to take back what's theirs.
All right.
It's the happening.